Shalawam. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalawam, HAITIANS, Barakyam. Peace, mercy, and blessings unto all of you, Barakyam, to the BAYATH, DAWADA, to the hopeful elect. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahawah, which means He exists, that He is to be. The true name of the Son is YAHAWASHI, which means He's the deliverer. All right, and as you can see, got a few articles queued up here. All right, the first one is from Shit Hit the Fan Plan. It says U.S. downfall, de-dollarization efforts ramping up. So pretty much, man, we're living in the last days of this wicked system. All right, USA under Satan's authority. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM is getting ready to do away with this shit, man. You know. And they call YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, DAWADA BAHASHAM, right? Many major global economies are shifting away from the USD, and the clues are there for those who know where to look. That's right. I believe the latest example of that is Venezuela, and of course other countries. I saw something recent. Let's see. Okay, well, I can't find it, but you know what? You have plenty of countries, man. All right. You have plenty of countries that are turning away from the U.S. dollar, okay, and they're not dealing with this. They're not dealing with Babylon the Great anymore, man. You know, they had it, okay. Back in this article here, it says many major global economies are shifting away from the USD, and the clues are there for those who know where to look. The U.S. empire will eventually crumble under this pressure, under this pressure. And this is all the will and the doing of YAHAWAH. Okay. Dr. Radhika Tezi, who is a professor at the Department of Political Studies at the University of Manitoba in Winnipeg, Canada, and director of the Geopolitical Economy Research Group, writes that it's pretty obvious the world is shifting quickly away from the U.S. dollar, the world's current reserve currency. Okay, so the USD is no longer going to be the top dog, man. All right, you have countries like China, Russia, you know, India, the BRICS nations that are making deals amongst themselves. They're not dealing with this dollar anymore. They don't want to deal with America. They don't want to deal with this attitude. They don't want to deal with the horse attitude, the sanctions, none of that. Okay, new sources of non-dollar finance are emerging. There are new bilateral agreements to trade and lend in currencies other than the U.S. dollar. Even more importantly, major oil trade buyers and sellers, Moscow and Riyadh, as much as Beijing and New Delhi, are agreeing to trade it in non-dollar currencies called YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. The Most High spoke about this place collapsing, man. Okay, and the debt, you know, which when I was in Atlanta, brothers, they actually have the debt clock right downtown. You know, see, this debt clock is pretty much, you know, likened unto a deadly wound that Babylon won't be able to heal. Okay, well, see, we're in the second leg of the Roman Empire, but the debt, this ain't bomb can't fix it, man. All right, like it says in Jeremiah, which I'm going to give her a balm and so she may be healed. There's no way to heal this. Okay? There's no way to heal it, man. It says, agreeing to trade it in non-dollar currencies, these deals are destroying one of the main pillars of dollar dominance since OPEC quadrupled and then doubled oil prices in the 1970s, giving countries around the world a major reason to demand and hold dollars. In the U.S. especially, media outlets and analysts don't want to admit that the world is moving away from the dollar. Analysts and these analysts, these people, financial market analysts, financial advisors, bankers, people who deal trading at Wall Street. These people are trembling because they're seeing what's happening. Okay, they know what's to coming, and that's that prophecy. The keepers of the house shall tremble. Okay, which let me get some precepts. I do have some lined up. First one I'm going to get. We gotta get Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 6. I could start at 1 from the top, but for the interest of time, I'm going to start at 6. It says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul." Okay. Now we're not telling you to catch a flight to, the red light district or nothing like that, but spiritually, flee out of the midst of this place. Okay, because these people here in fucking La La Land. They don't know what's going on, and they just think they're going to continue to wake up day to day and do their wickedness, man. Okay? It says, "Be not cut off in her iniquity. Iniquity is sin upon sin. For this is the time of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM Yahushua's vengeance." Okay? If you want to know what time we're living in on earth, it's the time of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM Yahushua's vengeance. Okay? He will render unto her a recompense, meaning to pay back. Babylon had been a golden cup in YAHAWAH BAHASHAM Yahushua's hand that had made all the earth drunken, right? Because what's in that cup is the wine of the whore. Okay, which a big part of that is the financial, the FRN notes, the debt, the monetary system. Okay, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Yes, sanctions and all that. Democracy, all right, women's lib, alphabet movement. Okay, they have followed the ways and customs of Babylon, thinking that will lead them to success or greatness, and it only lead them to be mad, man. Okay, it only bugged them out.
Strong's H 1984. Halal.
Says to act madly, act like a madman. Okay? This is what the influence of Babylon is doing to the rest of the world. It got nations bugging out. And they're literally angry to the point where they ready to go to war with the whore. Verse 8, "Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed." And that's how this place is going to go out suddenly. The collapse is going to come suddenly. Okay? How for her? Take balm for her pain. Right? There's no balm. There's no present you can put in there. There's no, stimulus package or, there's nothing you could do to correct the hole that Babylon is in. And there's no one who can get her out. Okay? If so, she may be healed. Okay? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Right? Forsake her, let us go everyone to his own country, right? There's going to be reverse migration from this place, man. And the people that's coming here now, the Lord is having this place be invaded, man. Okay, this place is being invaded, man. Okay? And now let us go everyone into his own country, for a judgment reaching unto the heaven and is lifted up even unto the sky. So YAHAWAH BAHASHAM Yahushua's is having this place be invaded. Okay? The Lord is doing that, man. And the Lord is having people leave this place and not deal with his ways, his customs, his philosophies, his wine, and damn sure not his dollar. Okay? In the U.S. especially, media outlets and analysts do not want to admit that the world is moving away from the dollar. Analysts keep to writing it off as if the dollar's dominance remains intact, which they're lying. Of course, these arguments are based on all sorts of false assumptions. For instance, they claim the dollar will continue dominating until another country's currency replaces it, or that this will only happen if other countries pursue forms of internationalization that mimic that of the U.S. dollar today. But there's no other reserve currency declared by the overlords of Earth, and yet nations are still creating other currencies that will compete. Okay, and this is also, the heathen imagine a vain thing, because also you got these other nations that are ready in line to take, the throne of America, so to speak, to ready to be the top nation that's ruler. Okay, this is Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathens rage and the people imagine a vain thing, right? So the heathens are raging, right? Because we just read in Jeremiah that they would be mad.
Strong's H7283. Ragash. Ragash.
Now, when you look this word up here, it means to conspire or to plot. Okay, so it's the fact that these other countries and nations are taking away or pulling back from the USD. That's a conspiracy, man. That they're doing joint military drills together. That's a conspiracy. So there's a tumult, there's a commotion, there's a plot to come in this place, but not to free the children of Israel, to keep us in captivity, not to serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, there's a plot to see who's the next kingdom that's going to rule, which is YAHAWASHI and the elect, man, and the nation of Israel. That's it. Because the Lord gave all you nations a chance to rule. The Moabites you had a time to rule. Medo-Persian Empire, you had a time to rule. You Edomites, you damn sure you ruled during the Greeks, the Romans, and you're ruling now. Okay, so you other nations, man, you had your time to rule. Okay, so it says the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against Yahawah Bahashaam and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Right? They want to do away with us. They want to cut us off from being a nation. They want to do away with the scriptures and the law, statutes, and commandments that are written therein. All right? Verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Right? Because that's it. Okay? The Lord is beefing you nations up for one reason. That's for World War III, and that's so the elect that are going to get spiritual power can have fun with y'all, man. Okay? He that sit in the heavens shall laugh, and Yahawah Bahashaam shall have them in derision, which means a reproach, a mocking. Okay? It says a recent Financial Times story titled China's Men in Black Step Up Scrutiny of Foreign Corporate Sleuths contained a description of the Chinese Ministry of State Security using methods familiar to spies and private detectives to crack down on foreign corporate sleuths performing due diligence on investments. They cite the process of checking whether supply chain involved forced labor from Xinjiang as an example, stating that such due diligence is critical for attracting the U.S. investment. The yuan has already taken over the dollar in China's cross-border payments, while money from around the world is flocking into Chinese IPOs, initial public offerings. Meanwhile, IPOs in the U.S. and the UK, with the most financialized and productivity weakened economies, have performed abysmally. The simple reason is that China still has a productive economy and far more of the sort of steady dividend-paying productive companies investors will now increasingly seek. Okay, then you got Manarino, which I did a video on him. Market analyst Gregory Manarino is warning that the economic collapse is worsening. It's a good time to keep cash on hand. Okay, which all this shit is going to collapse. It's not going to be worth anything, man. Okay, now this is another article from Russia Today. Dollar dominance coming to an end. Jim Rogers. Okay, it says the U.S. dollar is using its leading global position as Washington has become the world's largest debtor. Famed investor Jim Rogers told Sputnik News Agency on Wednesday. So these investors, all right, these market analysts, okay, they're looking out the windows and they see how dark it is, man. Okay, They see Babylon can't be healed. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, right? We're supposed to learn about and seek YAHAWAH BAHASHAM from our youth up. We ain't supposed to wait till we get old and, crusty and can't move. Okay? It says, while the evil days come not, but as soon as you hit this truth, guess what? You're reborn. Okay? So from then, you're supposed to seek YAHAWAH BAHASHAM 10 times more. While the evil days come not, because evil days are coming. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And evil days are coming, man. Days without food, days without water, days of torture, days of darkness, days of demonic apparitions. Okay? While the sun and the light of the moon, all the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Verse 3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. So yeah, these investors, these financial market analysts, bankers, so forth and so on, these are the keepers, man. And these are the people that are trembling because they're seeing, okay, that the dollar dominance is coming to an end. Okay? And the strong men shall bow themselves and the grinders cease, right? Because if you go to Isaiah, I believe it's 16 and 19 or 19 and 16, tells you that there shall be no work for Egypt, So the grinding is working, okay? The dollar economy is going to collapse. Ain't going to be no work for people to do. People are going to be fucking bugging out because everything they've been working for or worked for, they're going to lose, okay? Because there are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Meaning what? There's no future here. There's no hope for this place. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, right? These banks going to be shut. You ain't going to be able to access the ATMs. That's why they're telling you to have cash on hand, which is, we say the same thing. The apostles also say if you can, get some gold or some silver, man. When the sound of the grinding is low, and that's working, okay? And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, that's your alarm clock, okay? And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And the music here is very low vibrational, okay? This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 5. Thus said YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And end is come. The end is come, and watch it for thee. Behold, it is come, right? The end of Esau's rulership, the end of 2/3 niggas nigging, the end of the elites, all right? The end of the dollar, the end of the alphabets, the end of idols, the end of money, mammon, which you niggas worship, right? So Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 19. Get right to the point. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. For most people are not even hip to having gold and silver. They have a lot of faith in the dollar. Okay, so when the dollar collapses, guess what they're gonna do with their money? It's gonna be worthless. It's gonna be used as, fuel for the fire to keep warm. Tissue paper, man. Okay, and their gold shall be removed. But even if you do have silver and gold, even if you do have gold and silver, they ain't gonna be able to protect you from the wrath of the Lord. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. They shall not satisfy their souls, right? You ain't gonna be able to use it to get anything. Okay, because the scripture says money answers all things, but not in this time. Neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity, right? Because a lot of people worship mammon. You have a mammon money demon on you, man, to the fact that you actually worship it. Okay? This is Job chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, right? And he's is short. That triumphing goes back to the Romans when they would win a victory. They would, they would triumph. It's how they would celebrate. Okay, and the wicked is Esau, man. Okay, so you have a short-lived victory. Okay, you put us in slavery. You covered the faces of our judges. You lied to us. And now at the end, we're finding out that you are liars, as is written in Deuteronomy. Okay? And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment, right? So it's only going to, your little season is up, man. All right? halalyam, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, your little season is up. Most High is turning this place into a third world country. Okay? This is Isaiah 14 and verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up to death for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth, going into all the other heathen nations. Okay, the presidents, the modern day kings, if you will. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Right, because, these nations were once weak. All right, going back 70, 80 years ago, they wouldn't dare say things that they're saying now about America or make moves that they're making now behind America's back, man. Okay? All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right, meaning this place is going to be brought just like a third world country and worse. And this place is pretty much a laughing stock to the rest of the world, man. Okay? This is James chapter 5 and verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Anybody with so-called wealth or riches, man. Okay? Miseries is getting ready to come upon you, man. Because they want to do away with this dollar anyway to give you a new form of currency, which is going to be implanted inside of you. Verse 2, your riches are corrupted, and your garments moth-eaten. And when you go into that word corrupted, it means destroyed. Okay? I mean, it ain't going to be worth nothing, man. Okay? Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. And ye shall eat your flesh as it were fire. We have heaped together treasure for the last days, and that's what the elites were doing. They're deep underground bunkers, military bases. Okay. But hey, the Lord, you ain't going to be able to enjoy that, man. Everything that these devils are stacking up as far as gold, silver, treasures, you just got to put up safe for the elect to come get it. Okay, the hunters, man. Jeremiah 16, verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is kept back by you of fraud, cry, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Right? Hey, man, so with that, I'm going to end it. I want to give all praise and honor and glory unto YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors unto our apostles and elders, the great millstone. Shalawam to the elect.